Yeah, I forgot to make a vlog yesterday. Actually, I had a paper of English, and yeah, today these days I'm having my UTs. So yeah, I'm giving my UTs, and yeah, look at that mess. Uh, yep. So my UTs are on the roll. Only two more papers are left, and then I'll be free. And then I'll be able to plan some more. I'll be able to follow that properly. I'm not revealing my face, by the way, because I'm not wearing much of anything. Just my this, trousers. Um, yeah. So, how was my day? Let's just try to recall whatever happened in the whole day and try to be try to go in as much detail as possible. So today I woke up as usual. I set an alarm for 5, but I woke up at 5:20. That's because I'm lazy. Anyways, so I woke up. I didn't do any exercise today. I did my meditation session, but I didn't do any exercise. And instead of exercising, I studied and completed the things which were left for my English paper. I didn't prepare. I wasn't prepared that much. It was casual preparation was just I thought would be fine. Then I An interesting thing is, for the first time, I made banana shake in the morning, and just for my kind of breakfast. That's what I did. I made a cup full of banana shake and drank it. Then, yeah, I was on the roll. I was ready to go to the school. So I went to the school and yeah, gave my UT. Nothing special. Then paper was easy, kind of easy. I should have studied a little more though, in order to get, nail it down completely. It was decent paper, even though I left half of my article. I was supposed to write a 3-page article, but I only wrote 1.5-page article because of lack of time. So that's one thing that happened after my paper. We got a big lecture. We are getting lectures, and let's not call it. Yeah, there's a lecture. Lectures are not always bad. When people say that lectures, people are giving a person is giving someone a lecture, that is mostly taken as a negative thing. But what I think is, our teacher, our class teacher, I'm not going to name her. She lectured us about how difficult it is going to be for us if we keep on neglecting our studies, which is true. Um, Studies are not important, but they're important for the time being, for getting somewhere. If we don't have any plan B, if we are not going to do good, if business is not our passion, but we feel that just it's just going to be a means to earn living, then it's going to be a hectic thing. And yeah, so our teacher lectured us and told us about how we have to prioritize our studies and who is going to get 90%. Now, this percentage thing, even though I raised my hand, this whole percentage thing is not something which I advocate, because we cannot be measured on the basis of percentages and how good we do at our academics. What we are is how we could be, like our economics teacher. I'll be coming to that after completing this vlog, after going through the rest of the day. So that was for the first period. Second period was accountancy, in which we were again lectured. Yeah, we were lectured about how badly we did at our accounts paper. Even my accounts paper didn't go good, even because I I said even because I prepared fine, but couldn't do it. Couldn't manage my time properly and totally messed it up, which I regret. But hopefully, it was a good lesson though. I know what I don't have to do and what I have to do. How much detail, how much we have to study in detail. Detail as in looking at each and every entry properly and going through that. And yeah, so that's one thing. The third period was economics. We were asked to study, and it was nothing special. Fourth period was it was business studies. We studied our business studies, third chapter, business environment. I actually already learned that chapter during my holiday for English paper, during which I didn't study English. Instead, I studied business studies. So yeah, I was already prepared. I'm almost prepared here to just a few more things, and then I'll be done. uh, Anyways, tomorrow is my business studies paper. By the way, I think I already mentioned, but I just have to mention it again. Whew. So yeah, after business studies period, I had some weird experience in my class. There's a girl in my class who always sits beside me, tries to sit beside me. It's not a bad thing. She is. I won't say that she's annoying, even though she is a bit annoying, because you know she's trying to be idealist, and she doesn't really follow that. She don't want to talk to people, but she does, and she don't want to waste her time, but she does, and she totally want to be a person who doesn't care about the world, but she does, again. And she always comes to my feet and talks about all this. And even though her intentions are good, but she's not implying them. She's putting words without any action. So yeah, that's one thing I noticed in my class. It doesn't make me sad or anything, but it makes me wonder. It takes time. This first you get an idea, then you get to imply the idea, and then the implication is where's the point when you actually know are you whether you are in the right direction or not. So yeah, that's one thing. So yeah, I don't mind her sitting beside me, and perhaps I'll try to make her understand that it's not me though who would be understanding her, it's herself, her own self who would be able to understand herself better. Anyways, after my English period, I mean economics period, we had a period of we had an interval. During the interval, I was actually studying. Actually, not studying. I was just opening my copy and just looking at it, staring at it, glancing at it, not actually studying it. I don't feel like studying when people are looking at me. Anyways, I didn't bring lunch though. Yeah, no lunch. Yeah. Then it was fifth period. Fifth period of again economics. Mm, Wait a second, I messed it up a little. Third period of economics, fourth period of business studies again, in which we were lectured a little bit. Let's not talk about it. We'll be talking about it during the seventh period. So let's go to fifth period. Fifth period of economics, in which we were lectured about. Lectured, it was a good thing, but again, there was some fault. I'm going to state it too. We were lectured about how important it is to study and how we will be trying to find out colleges at the time at this time and in July. In the next year, we'll be looking for college and we won't be getting good colleges, and we will be struggling. I have a cousin brother who is having the same struggle. So yeah, that's kind of interesting how she introspect and retrospect the whole situation and kind of predicted what will happen, and this might even happen to many of us. Uh, some are preparing already in this time only. So yeah, she also stated how important it is for us to study right now. Otherwise, we won't be getting colleges, we won't be getting a good life. People will be judging us. People won't be calling us. Be recognizing us for whatever work we are doing. Uh, but she forgot one thing. even though, okay, this thing is not to be mentioned right now to the students because this idea might make them more comfortable and more easygoing. The idea that even though if we don't get good marks in class 12th, we can do very amazing things in our life after 12th. We can do amazing and grandiose things which we may not even imagine right now. But this idea, if again I'm repeating myself, अगर ये आइडिया अभी दे दिया जाएगा बच्चों को, then they would go easy like हाँ चलो कोई बात नहीं, अभी तो अच्छा नहीं करें बट बाद में बहुत अच्छा करेंगे, and that will totally mess them up. I know that because Quora and all, I kind of understand how. I'm not saying that I'm very intelligent or I have any experience with that, but I think I know a little about how things can work out for a person who is not doing that good in his academics. So that's one thing I disagreed with her, but now kind of when I'm making this vlog, I'm kind of realizing she's right to not talk about it, rather encourage us to do better in our studies. She also mentions about a girl who was very bad in 11th class and she almost failed in. She passed on margin in all the subjects and how she topped our class, our school this year, the humanity section. So that's a big inspiration because if you think you can do it, then you can do it. Putting a good effort and putting a hefty amount of your time to dedicate it to your studies. So yeah, that's something. Even I need to know. I need to do more time management because of this carry launcher classes and all. So yeah, uh, now more. Let's talk a little more about more things. Um, yeah, it was fifth period. Sixth period was music. I got to see my copy. I got 10 out of 50. I get 10. Yeah, I got 10 out of 15, and my music copy. The paper was kind of lengthy, so I wasn't able to complete 3 marks more question, and I ended up getting 10, which is okay. I am not that satisfied because of reasons, but actually, when I gave my UT1, I wrote some of the things which came in UT2, and I copied it from there, which was not very satisfying, and I was ashamed of my own self that why did I do that. I'll try not to repeat it. This was again, sometimes you raise, you're above everything, and then you fall, and then you try to rise again. I'm on that rise again stage right now. I kind of a little bit I messed up. Not that big, with that big margin like पहले एकदम ऊपर हो फर्स्ट आवर ना. आई जस्ट गिव एन एग्जांपल. आई एम नॉट एडवोकेटिंग अगेन रैंकिंग सिस्टम टू. पहले फर्स्ट आवर हो तुम फिर डायरेक्ट लास्ट आने लगे. Not that situation. पहले फर्स्ट आवर हो then you are going, you are out of top 10. I'm in that situation. Oof, a lot of talk. Then came seventh period in which we were lectured by Sunita ma'am. Okay, I named her. Sorry. Where she, again, I'm telling you this thing. That lecture doesn't mean a bad thing. Lecturing could be good if we take it in a good way. So her lecture was actually pretty good, and how important it is for us to again study properly, and try to at least not think about us, but our parents who are spending such a hefty amount on our studies. So yeah, she is right. She is absolutely right. The students are not even. They're not. They don't want to do anything, and we have to do something. This is obvious thing. We won't be becoming babas, and we cannot become baba and all that. Even if we become baba, the purpose of it will be lost because they too will try to make a profit, and that is not the aim of becoming a saint. Yeah, that came out of nowhere, but yeah, that's something I was thinking. Anyways, after sixth period, we got eighth period in which we went to the library where I was totally disturbed. by a lot of things. Like I feel like when someone makes adult jokes and try to be like try to try to show himself as he's very matured or like something like that. That doesn't work actually. It makes me feel that you're childish. When I felt like today I felt like when I am in a group, everyone is trying to make fun or try to gag or try to make a gag or make a joke and try to get the people to laugh. That's the only thing the people I know, people of my students of my class do. They they make a group and then they see who can make whom laugh the most. They don't talk about anything of great significance. I'm not saying that talk about philosophy or anything else, but बकवास करते हैं सीधी सी बात है. They don't talk about things like you know here they don't talk about each other's problem, each other or the good thing they are doing or how difficult it is to survive in this class and getting bad marks. And the thing which actually unite us is not there in our class. Unity will come only when we actually express our grief and our happiness in the truest form. That's when we are going to actually get into touch, the actual touch, from heart to heart connection. When we actually know each other, then we can actually be united. That's the only time when we can be united. So that's one thing. I don't really. I think they will learn eventually how this all works, but I don't think they are going to learn it in a mm, very decent way. They are going to learn it in a bad way. Bad as in a sad and sorrowful way. So yeah, this is something I know that this is how it works. When you don't understand something which is clear to you, then you have to learn it the hard way. Yeah, that's one thing. Apart from that, I don't think. Yeah, okay. After eighth period, I went back home and I slept till 3:30 and then rescheduled my plan, in which I had to study at 3, but I rescheduled it to 3:40. Then I studied uh, till from 3:40. Then I studied actually. Basically, this is what I did. I called my brother too, Akash, and took I his well-being. I talked about his well-being. He's doing fine though. He's making it through now. He's trying, and yeah. Then I talked to my brother about a project which he's working on, and he asked me about an idea which I had. I still have it, and I hope this idea may work. This idea with some modification will work. So hopefully, this idea brings something good, something of great significance. Because I'm not able to work on my idea right now, even though I will work on something. Pretty sure, but right now it's not really working. I know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to tell my audience. I don't think so. I don't think I have any audience, so but I don't have to tell anyone anything. So yeah, that's basically about it. I'm sitting here now, completing a vlog. Then I'll be studying. I'll be completing my a chapter and a few topics which I left, which are written on the board right there. I'm going to complete them, and perhaps then I'll just lay down and sleep and listen to some audiobook. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do these days. till the time my exam get over. Once my exams are over, I'm going to get back in the schedule which I'm. This schedule is very great. I failed to recognize it when I was not able to follow it properly for a few weeks now. 2 weeks I was not able to concentrate very properly on that great schedule. That schedule is great. I have to say that. I made a great schedule. Yeah, I'm talking like Donald Trump, but yeah, I can do that. I think this is going to be the lengthiest vlog I've ever made, and quite happy about it because I have been trying to thinking to make a vlog and try to recall everything whatever happened in my whole day, and but the days were getting so hectic and there was so much things going on around that I was not able to cover anything. Yeah, now I'm covering it and pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, good night and have a great day. And keep living. Sayonara.